these, or how these would even affect how I think and how I feel. So some of the areas are things like getting set up, get moving, get connected, and get support. So I'm going to run through each of them with you. So things like getting set up, what I'm talking about is you getting up in the morning. Because what a lot of people have done is just routine's gone out the window during lockdown. So they're just kind of getting up when they want to, maybe not even getting dressed. This doesn't really help with the internal body clock as well. So it is a really good idea to either keep to the same time that you normally get up in the morning. So still set that alarm, or set yourself, definitely Monday to Friday anyway, is set that time, the same time that you get up every day. Like Jules said, she's up by 6:30, 7. She's up doing her routine already. Because otherwise it just throws everything out of sync for everyone. And then when it comes to lockdown being finished, you're going to struggle to get up and get on with life again. So think about things like setting that alarm, or setting a time that you want to be up every day, and making sure that you are getting up, showered and dressed. And even if it's for work, some people might want to still put on the same clothes that they wear for work, so that it can almost distinguish that this is a working day and this isn't just a normal chill day. So if that works for you, you might be like, no, actually, I'm okay. As long as I'm up and I'm dressed, I can, wear whatever I want. I still feel like it's work. Also things like, think about workspace. You need to be making sure that wherever you're working from isn't your chilled space at the end of the day. So not working in the bedroom, not working in the lounge. Just move away and set up a designated area that can be your workspace that you can go in to think, right, I'm ready to start work now, or I'm ready to finish work at the end of the day. Pack away, and it's though you're back at home again. So that's a little bit around sort of setting up in the morning. But what's also really important as well is getting moving. So thinking about exercise. Whether that's someone, and exercise I'm talking is different for different people. So for some people it might be getting up in the morning, putting YouTube on and doing an actual workout, whether that's your HIIT workouts, Tabata, whether it's yoga, Pilates. It's what works for you. Or it might be that you just want to get up in the morning and go for a walk around the block. It's about trying to get yourself out of the headspace of home as though you've left home to go to work. So it might be that you go for a walk. So that you go for a walk, come back in the house to think, right, it's like you're arriving at work to start work, get into that designated area, and you've got a fresh headspace, that you're not just rocking out of bed and rolling into somewhere. But also think about it, if you don't want to do it first thing in the morning, then maybe at the end of the day, so you can call it that switch off from work. So that you finish your work, and then it might be that you need a workout, or that walk around the block, a run, whatever it is for you, to switch off from work, change that headspace from you've left work and you're now back into the evening for your evening work. Because also it's on our mental state, if we've not left the house all day, or we've just been caught around work, sometimes it can be very hard for the brain to switch off from work and home. So we need that exercise in there, but whatever format's best for you, what works for you. Okay, and another one that's really good is making sure that you stay connected. So if you are working from home and you've got a company that you're working for, stay connected with people that you're working with. So whether that's, keep connected with the team that you're working with. So whether you check in throughout the day with those people. If it comes to your break time, are you making sure that you're having break and lunch, short breaks, lunch breaks throughout the day? And why not, if you're having a break, why not contact someone at work, have a virtual break with them, see what they're up to, stay connected in that way so that you're not just alone at home on your own. Or check in with people throughout the day and actually ask, why not, how are they feeling? What's going on for them throughout the day? You can do things like question and answer sessions with work people as well. Set a designated 10 minutes just to go, okay, let's all check in from work. Let's have questions and answers. How's everyone feeling? What questions do you have? All together as a team so that you just don't feel so isolated at home on your own. Because these are the things that the isolation, helplessness, loneliness, these are all things that put you at risk for poor mental health. So staying connected, and the next one I'm going to go on to, support, is key for looking after your mental well-being. So think about getting support. So think about, if you, again, when you're at home, make sure you stay connected with your friends, families and colleagues. Like the colleagues bit I've just said about, but are you checking in with friends and family? You know, are you checking in with them? How are they coping today? What's their day look like? And not only them, what about yourselves? What do you do if you've woke up and you're just thinking, oh God, it's another day? If you're having one of the emotional days, because let's face it, we can't be happy all day, every day. Yeah, it's not possible. Even when we're going outside of here, when we're back to normality or before this, we can't do that every day. So we are going to have almost a bit of an emotional roller coaster while we're in lockdown. That is very normal. So we're going to have days that we feel great. We're going to have days that we feel low. That's absolutely fine. We just need to make sure that the low days, or the days that you're not feeling great, don't allow them to roll into another day and another day and another day. It's about taking care of yourself and making sure that you're looking after yourself and can talk to people when you're not feeling great. Phone someone up, whoever that is, just to say, do you know what, I'm not having a great day. I just, I'd like to talk about it. But whoever that feels comfortable for you to do that, so you don't feel alone in that, because that's not helpful at all. But routine, so as I was saying, routine and structure is so important at the moment, and some people are doing it, which is brilliant, but some people have sort of lost their way to think, oh, I don't know how to, what do I do? How do I get a routine in this? Or I'll just wake up and do work whenever I need to. Or I'll just sit and binge watch on Netflix. Okay, that's fine. Do you know what I mean? If that's what you want to do, but if it's not something after you're finding 4 weeks of just sitting watching TV isn't productive for you, and it's putting you in that low state, be mindful, pull yourself out of that. Find things that are productive for you. Because I don't know about how anyone else feels about this, but I almost feel like we've been given a gift at the moment. Without a doubt, we would have all said at some point, oh, I wish I had more time for this. I wish I had time for that. I wish I'd had time for that. We've all said it throughout our lives, the last 2 months, 6 months, however long that's been. Well, now we've been given time. We've got so much time, but are we being productive with it? Are we getting those things done that we said, oh, I wish I had more time to read those books? Or I want to put that website together, or there's something I want to do on my business, but I just haven't got time for it. Now we have got the time. Are you being productive and doing that? Because I can guarantee without a doubt that we're going to walk out of lockdown and we're all going to think, God, I wish I'd done that when I was in lockdown. Yeah, but a lot of people are focusing on the negative, what they haven't got. But we've got a lot of time to do the things that we do want. So just think about that and be mindful of that. What could you be, and how could you be productive in this time, and not focusing so much on what we haven't got? So I'll go on to thoughts in a moment, actually. But also what I wanted to say, to stay in good mental health as well, is being mindful of not overwhelming yourself with news. Yeah, because that is just not healthy whatsoever. Of course, staying informed, that's absolutely fine of what's going on the outside, but not sitting watching that news all day, every day, because that news isn't 100%. We don't know that's true, what's going on out there. So we can overwhelm ourselves and stress ourselves over things that we don't know is true and that we can't control. So if you are someone that's struggling with this at the moment, or you've got that negative mindset, news will not help you whatsoever. So that's why the important part I want to come on to is your mindset, your thought patterns around lockdown, because this is hugely important for you, of what mindset are you in. Because if you're so focused on the negative of what's going on or what you can't do or what you can't have, this is really going to play a part on your mental health. And I tend to find at the moment, we're going to have that mixture of people. I think you're going to have the mixture of people that are really struggling with their mental health at home at the moment, or you're going to have the people that are actually managing okay, but they're going to struggle when they come out of here. It's going to hit them afterwards. A bit like, I don't know if anyone else knows, if you've dealt with cancer. When you're in cancer, at the time you manage and you get by, it's usually the after effects that the mental state hits you then, because you've realised what you've been through. So it's about really paying attention to what's going on in your mind, what are your thoughts throughout this lockdown. You know, you're waking up in the morning and thinking, oh God, here we go again. Yeah, it's being mindful, take yourself out of that mindset and think, right, it's another day. Okay, what can I do today? What have I got planned today? What would I like to do today? What would I like to learn today? Or focus on the positive that we do have. I was chatting to a lady on Sunday, and she was in tears. And I said to her, what's going on? And she went, well, I can't see my mum. She's old and I can't see my mum. And she was distraught over that. Okay. And then before I knew it, everything. Oh, the neighbours are making a noise, so I can't relax in the garden. And then she reeled me off all the negative. There wasn't one positive thing in there. And then I said to her, and I suppose, are you watching the news? Yeah, I'll sit and watch that as much as I can. So she basically had got no control because she'd allowed everything else to take the negative to control everything. So I said to her, okay, so you're focusing on the negative, give me something positive, because there's a hell of a lot of it in here. And she went, well, actually, I'd never really thought about that. And then she started to give me some positive. And I said, well, okay, and some more. And before I knew it, she'd reeled off so much. She said, well, I hadn't really thought. I was so focused on what I hadn't had or what I can't do, she'd forgot about all the good that was around there. So I said to her, right, well, now actually just go in, keep writing those lists down, and you need to be thinking about those throughout the day. What good's around me? What do I have? Because we can look at lockdown and think, some people think, God, this is a nightmare, but you've got a roof over your head. You know, some people haven't even got that. You know, you've got food in the cupboard, even simple things like that. You know, when I used to say to people 6 months ago, you've got food in your cupboard, haven't you? And they used to laugh, oh, that's ridiculous. Of course I've got food in my cupboard. Well, we all panicked a few months ago when everyone was panic buying, thinking they wasn't going to have any food. So that's when people started to appreciate food in the cupboard, when they didn't think they could go and get it. So it's not even the big things we need to focus on. It's small things. There's so much there, and you could probably reel off 100 after this of what you've got. So that's what I really wanted you to focus on. Lots of little things, the common sense stuff of being, yes, just get up, get on with your day and plan those routine and structures so that you have control in your life. But the main thing is just really paying attention to thought patterns and notice when the negative is starting to creep in, how you can change that into a positive, because that is hugely important. And just take a day at a time, because we will come out of it. So just enjoy what you can out of each day, and not look at it in the long run of another 3 weeks or another 6 weeks. What can you do in that moment in time a day to make yourself happy?